Hey everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Karen. I read tarot, I do astrology, I'm an art therapist, and also I just started a Facebook group where I'm teaching people how to read the tarot. I'm going to post that link on the bottom if you want to join us, it's free. And I'm just got this really exciting new tarot deck that I couldn't resist, and I thought I'd share it with you. So the deck is called the Movie Tarot, and you might even recognize some people on here already. Um, and I bought it because it was inexpensive, 16 bucks, and I've never even heard of it, just sort of came across it. Because it basically takes actors and actresses in movie roles and uses them for the major arcana. I bet you can recognize this guy. So I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And the first card that I saw, where is he, was actually Morgan Freeman in Shawshank Redemption, which I think is the perfect personification of temperance. I'll get to all that. So I bought the deck and then I got it. And then I was like, oh, because they did a great job on the major arcana, but then they did a not so great job on the minors because all it is 2 1s, 3 1s, 4 1s, 5 1s, which I like, at least for beginners. I could read with this, or I can read with this, but for beginners, I want to see some people on here or things or images or stuff happening, so it's not so hard. So that's that, but I want to share some cards with you that I find great. So let's start with this one. So Morgan Freeman is temperance. Perfect. This is sort of if you remember the movie, he was sort of like the mitigating influence on, what's his name? Andy, who sort of was kind of standing back and was trying to not let him Andy throw off bounds. I can't remember the name of the actor. Shit. Anyway, I'm sure someone will remember. Put it in the comments if you do. But it's just very sort of deliberate and thinking about stuff and just very sort of settled in himself, like this kind of I know who I am kind of feeling. So that was perfect. Russell Crowe in the Chariot. The Chariot, of course, is the card of you got everything you need. Come on, let's go. And this sort of driving force. And then I always think of a car with the engine going and revving up, and but you're not getting off. You're putting your feet on the brake and the gas pedal at the same time. And this is basically saying, take the foot off the brake. Knight of Cups, of course, you would pick Zorro, the romance and the sort of the lover. Queen of Swords, Sharon Stone. Is she effing perfect? Because she will take your head off if you're not careful. Queen of Cups is Amelie, the Queen of Love. The Tower is Samuel L. Jackson. And of course, I mean, is he just destruction incarnate or what? It's like, do not mess with him. The Lovers. I love that. That is such a tender, beautiful depiction. And of course, I love that it's um, showing all kinds of love, not just hetero love. And just there's just a tenderness about this card that I love. That said, I sometimes off or sometimes more often than not, I do read this card as choice, as unless it's specifically about a romantic relationship than it is about lovers. Tom Hanks as the fool. I mean, the innocence and the I'm just gonna go out and I'm just there's protection in innocence, and his very clear sort of this is what I'm gonna do. There's a clarity and a strength in his naivete. Justice, Clint Eastwood in The Unforgiven. It's a bit brutal because I think he probably, I think the whole premise of the movie was that he hadn't done any time or penance for all the violence that he inflicted. But anyway, justice, balancing the scales. The Emperor, Al Pacino. Talk about being in charge of your empire. But this to me is sort of the emperor gone bad, because of course he's on a power trip, and I think there's some implements in the front that speak to him getting out of control. This card specifically for my friend the perfect cloud. This is Ripley from Alien, and of course she's strength. What else do I have? The star, Julie Garland. Julie Garland is sort of a tragic figure if you look at her life and how she couldn't find emotional fulfillment, but how she gave at the same time so many people joy and hope, possibly in their lives. So it's this sort of like wishing on a star, hoping for something. This card is a bit of with her on there. It's not usually a star, but the star just says have hope when I read it. It doesn't say it's all going to end well, but this is like there's reason to hope. The sun. This is another Julie. I didn't grow up here, so I don't have the same emotional attachment to that musical. What is it called? The Sound of Music. But I am German, so people assume that I know what it is. It's never been translated to German. No one in Germany knows what this is. But that sort of the hills are alive, that sort of sentiment, that's what the sun card is about. So she's great for this. Page of Coins, Dev Patel in Slumdog Millionaire. And of course, Page is the early stages of learning to master an element, and this being coins and earth makes perfect sense. And I think this is a great card to represent that. Knight of Swords. Numi Rapace and the girl with the dragon tattoo. I'm like, what's the name? Knights on a quest, and she definitely was not going to back down until she had figured out what was going on. Badass. And what else is there? It also has, did I not pull these out? No. It also actually, it has, for the court card, actually I did pull it out. This is a court card, duh. So for court cards, it has people. For major arcana, it has people. For minor, it has just stuff. And then for the aces, it has people. Now the ace of wands, I'm pretty sure is Bruce Lee, which would make sense with the fire and the sort of the beginning and the explosive movements that he, I believe, talked about. Ace of Swords, I think this is Brad Pitt in Fight Club, and again the whole idea of fighting. And then there's two, and I can't, when you sort of recognize someone but you can't quite put your finger in, Ace of Cups. Who the hell is that? I sort of I kind of know this, but I can't put my finger on it. And same with this guy. I think he's the Irish actor who just got married to Alicia Vikander. I can't remember his name either, but I don't know what movie it is. So if you know who either of these guys are, please put it in the comments, because I would love to know. And also, if you want to, I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to put in my comments, I'm going to put a link how you can join the Facebook group to learn the tarot for yourself. And then finally, remember what I said, if you're just learning the tarot, you're not being served by this deck, because literally you're going to just get this kind of stuff, which your intuition will have a hard time making sense of this. All right, that is it. Thanks so much for everyone for listening. Talk to you soon.